We have the new Executive Director of the Greater Saskatoon Catholic Schools Foundation, Dallas Puto, with us today. Give us some insight into what he's doing in this new role and the foundation itself. Dallas, thanks for taking some time coming down.
Thank you very much, Randy. I'm glad to be here.
Tell us a little bit about yourself and how you got into this role. You were an educator and are now the Executive Director for the foundation.
Yeah, it was a kind of a long, convoluted process to get here, but basically I've been a career educator in Catholic schools for the last 32 years, the last 22 as an administrator, and this opportunity came up as my career as an educator was winding down a bit, and I had a little bit of experience in philanthropy and working with the foundation and fundraising in the past, and the opportunity was just too good to pass up. I basically switched chairs, got to work with the same people in GSCS, a great organization, but now I just get to work with them in a different role.
When you first embarked on the role in the teaching profession, what did you see that's changed from then, 32 years ago, to today, and the needs that are changing for teachers in that role?
I think the biggest change, there's really been a couple. One has been the integration of technology into education, which has been both a blessing and a challenge. But also, I think, as far as from a teacher's perspective, I think we're seeing a much more diverse population of students with a greater types and various needs. And so as educators, I think it's up to us to help meet those needs in concert with parents and caregivers and our community.
So with the Catholic school system, what you're looking at with the foundation is to augment and assist in the publicly funded program for the Catholic school system. What sorts of things does the foundation look for and contribute to?
Well, our primary role is to make sure that our students are getting all of the unique and special aspects of a Catholic education. In Saskatchewan and in Alberta, both Catholic and public systems are funded equally. But that funding for Catholic schools doesn't include those enhancements and those opportunities that are, both faith-based and experiential for inside of the Catholic faith. And so our primary role is to help schools to be able to add those experiences for our students so that they can grow spiritually and come to know their faith.
What happens with, I guess, the youth, because you would start at a kindergarten age range, and that goes right through to the high school students as well?
Mm-hmm. Currently, what we're doing is we're looking at and working with our school division to be able to offer full day, all day kindergarten, full day, everyday kindergarten for our core or our community schools. So there are 10 of them that are select schools that we currently are doing that, and that as we work together with our school division are looking to be able to do that in perpetuity or long term, because right now only every second day kindergarten is funded provincially.
What happens with some of the, I guess, things that you would do to fundraise? You've just come off the heels of a successful golf tournament recently, and you've got a date set for 2023 as well. What happens with that?
Yeah, we just, on the 16th of August, we had a great day, a beautiful hot day, worked well with a number of our sponsors and with the Willows Golf and Country Club to put on the 26th edition of our golf tournament. And we just are doing the paperwork today to get the 27th edition up and running for the 15th of August of next year. With the help of so many golfers, like we had 38 teams this year, and numerous sponsors and donors, we were able to raise, in excess of $24,000 that will help augment, again, the Catholic programs within our school division.
This is the greater Saskatoon Catholic School. So how big is that division in terms of the city proper, or does it expand into some of the neighboring communities? What's that sphere of influence of the division?
We have one school in Bigger, and we have two schools in Humboldt. And they joined with Saskatoon Catholic Schools a number of years ago, and hence the greater. We also do work with the high school, with Humboldt Collegiate. We're in a partnership with Horizon School Division to be able to offer some faith-based education programming, as well as our foundation influence with some scholarship type things at that school as well.
You also taught in Humboldt, and that was quite a moving experience. I remember you saying a long time ago that you had enjoyed your time there, and I think all teachers tend to get a bond with their students over the years. You work with them for a number of years. So what was that like working in Humboldt, and then everything that happened with the Broncos bus crash for you? That would have been something that I guess hit home with a number of students that you would have had there.
Mm-hmm. My years in Humboldt were a lot of fun. It's a wonderful community, very, very close knit, and a lot of fun to be in. Very St. Augustine Church. There's a great support for the Catholic system there. I happened to be principal at St. Dominic, and there's also St. Augustine there, and fortunately, my son got to play on the midget AA team at that time, and I got to do some coaching. We won our league, we won provincials, and got to know many families in the community through that. We were, as were so many, we were shocked by and saddened by the bus tragedy. Friends of ours, lost children, lives were changed. And we've stayed in touch with many people back in Humboldt, and through that have formed some really, lifelong bonds, and have really enjoyed going back there. And we still see many of those folks on a regular basis.
I think that's one of the big takeaways I had with a number of teachers over the years is staying in touch and sharing some of those lifelong experiences. And it's wonderful to see the foundation kind of reaching out and nurturing whatever it can do. What other things does the foundation do to, I guess, raise awareness and make people understand some of the important things that you're doing for the kids that they maybe not know about now that they would like to hear about? Are there other things?
Mm-hmm. We have other fundraisers, of course, larger fundraisers. We have a dueling piano fundraiser that happens in February. We also work with many other partners that we have, both corporate and other foundations. We work closely with the diocese and with the eparchy, because Catholic education is a partnership through all of us. We also work with the Saskatoon Tribal Council, and what we do is we don't have the resources at this time to be able to really sponsor massive programming. We're always looking to build that, but what we do is we take and we always focus as a group, and our board, their main focus is always how can we affect the greatest amount of good for the greatest amount of students per dollar that we have. And that really is something that our board works really hard at and does a great job.
How many students would you know the approximate population that are enrolled within that system that you're affecting and improving the lives of?
We won't know for sure this year until that September 30th count, but the last reference I heard was just under 20,000 students from pre-K through to grade 12.
And the teaching profession, any idea of how many teachers might be involved with the whole system there?
We have 2,000 employees in the school division. and approximately 2/3 are teaching staff.
You mentioned the tribal council partnership, and you were the principal at Oskayak. What was that like in terms of some of the work that you did there within that community?
That was in the 22 years I've been an administrator. That the time there was really special. It was a lot of learning for me. It was a lot of growth, and it was a lot of fun. The mandates of Oskayak were always, it was a healing place. Elder Mary Lee, Elder Junior Yapes, they always said this is a healing place, and it was a healing place for everyone. And so we focused, everything we did was to make students that joined us there really part of our community, and help them, if they needed that help, to rejoin and to become stronger in their own communities wherever they came from across the province, or Alberta or Manitoba. No, it was an outstanding time. It was a really different, unique governance system as well, and so you had a lot of influence from the First Nation community as well, and a lot of guidance and partnerships, and it was great. And in the Broadway area there, we were always embraced and treated like family by the businesses and the other community members there.
It's a great story. If people did want to reach out to you and the foundation, I know I had just recently seen a mention to contact you in an obituary. So people can do that at any point in time, obviously, but how would they get a hold of you, or how would you direct them to call you?
If they want to get a hold of us at the office, just dial us up at 306-659-7003, or 7093 is my direct line. My email is dputo@gscs.ca. And we're on the web as well, and building a positive social media presence as well. So we'd always welcome likes and comments. So yeah, just any way, shape, or form, give us a call. Drop by. We're on the 4th floor of the board office, so we're always wanting to engage with the public.
Awesome. Dallas, thanks for taking time today. We appreciate that.
Thank you so much, Randy.
Stay with us, folks. We'll be right back.